What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's undisputed title fight at 168 pounds between Canelo Alvarez and William Scull. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit subscribe? Also, like this video and be sure to go down to the bottom of your screen and hit the bell notification button so you can be notified every time I put something out that's new. Thank you. All right, guys, this weekend we have a packed list of fights from New York City to Vegas to Riyadh, and this fight is the main event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for all the titles at 168 pounds. So in this video, I'm gonna go over Canelo Alvarez versus Scull. We're gonna talk a little bit about what Canelo's been up to, who his opponent, the Cuban William Scull, is, why this fight is taking place. We're gonna talk about their styles, how each one is gonna go about winning this fight. Also, stay tuned to the end of this video because I'll be giving you my prediction. We're gonna go over the Las Vegas odds and I'll be telling you where to put your money. Let's get into this. All right, guys, firstly, let's talk about the IBF. They have a penchant for doing this sort of thing. We've seen them strip fighters before who were undisputed and then force them to fight again to become double undisputed, a la Usyk and Dubois. That's exactly what's going on here with Canelo and Scull. Canelo is the king at 168. He got stripped from the IBF. He never lost that title, but William Scull fought Shishkin for that vacant IBF belt in his last fight to gain that title, and that's why this fight is going forward. Canelo, if he wins, he becomes the undisputed a second time at 168, and we know what's supposed to happen somewhere in September or October with an alleged fight with Bud Crawford. I'm not going to get into that in this video. We're going to stick to the basics. Also, guys, if you're going to want to sit here and listen to me talk trash about either fighter, leave the channel now. This video, my channel, is specifically to educate real fight fans on who these fighters are so you could go on and talk about these fights like an educated fan. And that's what I'm going to say about that. You can put together however you want what I mean by that. William Scull is a Cuban boxer, undefeated guy. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for him. He gets to fight a generational great. He gets to prove himself against Canelo. And guys, anybody who chooses boxing as a career, anybody who makes a professional go of it, this is all they want to do. All they want to do is have one opportunity to measure themselves against the greats, and Scull gets to do this. I put a poll up yesterday on our YouTube community section, and over 80% of you are giving Scull zero chance at winning. And I just want to tell you guys, maybe you should pump the brakes a bit, because in this video, I'm going to tell you about Scull. He's a slick Cuban fighter. Now, in his last fight, he won a very close decision against a tough fighter in Shishkin, to where some people thought Shishkin could have won, but Scull won a unanimous decision. His style, I feel, this could be controversial, is going to give Canelo problems. He's going to be an in and out counter boxer. He punches similar to a sniper. He likes to get his, he likes to fire and get out. He's not going to be there to trade with Canelo. He's going to use his feet, and he is a mover. We know in Canelo's only two losses, Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, both guys use movement to set up their shots and to evade Canelo. Canelo doesn't have the best footwork. If he thinks that Scull is going to stand there in the pocket and trade with him, he has another thing coming. Skull's fast, he's good with his jab, he's going to be able to score points, and he's going to be able to evade Canelo. With Canelo Alvarez, we know that he's been kind of lately. A lot of his naysayers are saying that, have we seen the best of Canelo? All fighters degrade, guys. All fighters, no matter who they are, at some point in their career, they're going to start to show signs of their professional career. And we know Canelo has been a pro since his teens. This guy is only in his mid-30s, but he's been a pro almost 20 years. So it's going to be only a matter of time till we see him fight and people are going to say, oh, this is it. He's broken down. This is why he lost. Will this be that fight? I'm not saying it is, but it's only a matter of time. You can't stay on top forever. We know his power comes in sneaky waves. He's dropped a lot of his most recent opponents, but he hasn't won by stoppage since 2021 against Caleb Plant. What Canelo's gonna need to do against Scull is simple in terms of boxing basics. He's just gonna need to cut off the ring and get his timing down. These guys are both counter boxers. I feel Scull is going to force Canelo to take the lead, and that's going to be the narrative of the fight. Will Scull be able to outpoint Canelo? Will Canelo be able to cut off the ring and hurt Scull? And at the end of the day, who will win more rounds? I'm not predicting a stoppage on either side. All I'm going to say is I think this fight is going to be closer than a lot of you guys think it is. Right now, I want to remind everybody what's at stake this Saturday in Riyadh. Guys, Saul Canelo Alvarez will look to build on his formidable reputation as the Mexican superstar returns to the ring and prepares to broach new ground in 2025. The pound-for-pound modern-day great will leave his familiar surroundings and head to Saudi Arabia. Beyond that, there is speculation of a super bout with Bud Crawford to come later, a few months down the line, but first, an undisputed super middleweight battle awaits him in Riyadh. Alvarez will fight William Scull for the undisputed title at 168 pounds. The Cuban benefited from the Mexican's decision to swerve his mandatory challenge for the IBF crown and will now look to end his long reign. Alvarez and Scull both enter into their highly anticipated bout knowing that legacy is on the line as they battle for an undisputed title. The former is considered one of the greatest fighters of his generation for a reason, with a formidable record that includes only 2 losses against a pair of other greats in Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Dimitri Bivol. Yet there have been questions over whether he is coming to an end of his reign at the summit of the sport, with Scull arguably the toughest test he has booked in years. The Cuban arrives with an undefeated record, and after he was denied an immediate shot at the undisputed crown last year, duly secured his IBF crown in robustly impressive fashion. Both men posted unanimous decision victories in their last encounters, but Scull was the one that arguably looked like he had more to give rather than Canelo. Throw in the fact that the latter will step out of Las Vegas' comfort zone for his latest battle, and there's plenty of fascination to be found in this matchup. It marks Canelo's first bout since his unanimous decision victory over Edgar Berlanga last September, and Skull's first fight since October when he beat Vladimir Shishkin. Canelo's fight fans are going to want to see him at the top of his game. They're going to want to expect a hungrier version. They're going to want to expect the guy that they used to see coming in the ring, looking for the finish, not carrying his opponents to decision victories. Not saying that Berlanga and Munguia were carried, but some of you guys have said that in the past. William Scull, like I said, is going to want to prove that undefeated record. He's going to show his naysayers that he belongs, and he feels that his time is now. Watch his training, watch his highlights, watch Fight Week. The guy's going to be in tip-top shape. He's going to be ready. And once again, never underestimate the benefit of being a pro fighter in a world title fight like this who have never lost. He's not going in there thinking that he's not going to leave with the straps. He feels he's going to Riyadh to become the new world champion at 168. Right now, let's take a look at what William Scull has been up to. Guys, William Scull is 23-0 with 9 knockouts. He's currently ranked number 12 in the world at super middleweight. He carries in the ring a 39% career knockout to win ratio, and he has fought 144 pro rounds. His adoring fans know him as El Indomable. He is the IBF World Super Middleweight Champion, and the Cuban fighter is a 5'11" Orthodox fighter. We last saw him fight Vladimir Shishkin, 16-0 UD in the 12th. Sean Hemphill, 16-1 UD in the 8th. Rios, 23-18 UD in the 6th. Adriel, 26-25 UD in the 8th. Shevchenko, 15-0 UD in the 12th. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to sell you on William Scull that he's going in there and he's going to upset Canelo. Also, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to sell you that his last victory over Shishkin can even hold a candle to anybody that Canelo's fought over the last 10 years. Skull's never fought anyone like Canelo. Skull's resume is paper thin. Skull's fight experience is paper thin, especially when you're comparing it to an all-time legend like Canelo. Canelo's going to show him things that he's never seen in the ring. It's just going to come down to, will Scull be able to handle it? Will he be able to deal with it? Will his counters be on point? Will his speed be able to hold up over 12 rounds? And will he be able to delay the drowning that Canelo often does to his less formidable opponents? Only time will tell. I feel that's what makes this a very intriguing fight. Now let's take a closer look to see what Canelo's been up to. Guys, Canelo Alvarez is 62-2-2. He has 39 knockouts. He carries in the ring a 63% career knockout to win ratio, and he is the #1 ranked super middleweight in the world. He holds all the belts except that aforementioned IBF. The 34-year-old Mexican is a 5'8" Orthodox fighter with a 70-inch reach. We last saw him fight Edgar Berlanga, 22-0 UD in the 12th. Munguia, 43-0 UD in the 12th. Charlo, 35-1 UD in the 12th. Ryder, 32-5 UD in the 12th. Triple G the third time, 42-1 UD in the 12th. Canelo is a legend. You could hate on him. Real boxing fans will understand that a lot of his naysayers will be specifically, and I lied to you guys. I said I wouldn't bring it up, but I got to mention it because he hasn't fought David Benavidez, because he quote unquote ducked David Benavidez. I got into it with some of you guys on the post yesterday about how I didn't want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. My reasoning is the same reasoning it's always been. I started boxing as a 7-year-old because I used to get bullied. The bullying stopped years ago when I was still a kid, but something happened in my early years to where I hate bullies. I don't like them in any sense of the sport. And when I was looking and hearing and watching the sport a few years back that you guys wanted a 6'3", 240-pound super middleweight who cuts down to 168 and David Benavidez, who used to be 280 pounds as an overweight teen, to fight a 5'8", which I think he's really 5'7.5", small super middleweight who you fought at 154. I'm like, I don't want to see that fight. David Benavidez is a fighter who obviously strips and kills himself to get 168. He's not really a natural 168. It's a perfect fight for him to fight a small Canelo, but as the anti-bully in my head, I never wanted to see that fight. David Benavidez is a light heavyweight, guys. Bivol is a light heavyweight, guys. Artur Beterbiev is a light heavyweight, guys. So to all the people in my comment section, why hasn't Canelo fought those 3 fighters? Guys, those guys are light heavyweights, okay? He's a small super middleweight. That aside, Canelo Alvarez, I feel, is going to want to show something. I think we're going to see a more energized Canelo. I think in this fight, we're going to see a more aggressive Canelo. Both guys being counter boxers has me a little bit worried about the pace of this fight, the tempo of this fight. The thing Scull does really well is he doesn't give his opponent the option of controlling the tempo of the fight. He really controls the rhythm really well. We'll see if he'll be able to do that with Canelo, with all the tricks that Canelo possesses in his back pocket, just in his experience. When I put these guys side by side, Scull's going to be the bigger guy, the younger guy, the longer reach. But that experience, that championship medal, Canelo Alvarez, what he's seen in the ring. There's nothing that any fighter on this planet could step in front of him and show him that he hasn't seen. So Scull's up against. There's no reason he's a huge underdog. So right now I want to take a closer look at those Las Vegas odds. Wherever you guys in the world, let's pull your sports book out. Also guys, today on our live stream, 11 a.m. in Sydney, 6 p.m. on the West Coast in America, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, we're going to be going over our match prop bets. We're going to be going over our lock picks with professional betting Muscle Brown. So right now we're just going to look at the money lines. All right, guys, Canelo Alvarez is $1.04, meaning you put $100 on him to beat Scull, you get your money back plus $4. The draw is 34-1. William Scull is a 14-1 underdog. 100 gets you your money back plus 1,300. Huge underdog. Anybody who's coming into Canelo's world at 168 who doesn't have any world champions on their resume is going to be a huge underdog. Scull knows what he's up against. The fans know what he's up against. It's why a lot of bloodthirsty casual fans don't like this fight. I think there is a lot of intrigue to it. I like the storyline. I like giving a guy who a lot of people have never seen fought, who's worked his whole career. He's already in his early 30s in Scull. I like seeing him get the opportunity to at least measure himself against Canelo. With my prediction, do I think Scull's gonna win? No. Do I think Canelo is going to win? Yes. I don't know if it's gonna be that exciting though, so be prepared. I think it's gonna be a counterboxing affair. In the comment section below, let me know how you see this fight going. Who wins? Is Canelo gonna get on track with a knockout? Will it be knockdowns? Stay tuned to the channel because we're gonna be going over those prop bets later on today on our live stream. Also guys, if you haven't seen my feature analysis and prediction of another fight on this card, it's a rematch between Jaime Munguia and the Frenchman Bruno Saras. Stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.